5, 16, 19, 21, 30, 3 and 10. Check results. You remember?
Wow. I just did a whole rendition singing Spando Ballet Gold. You know, gold, gold. Like it was amazing. It was cringeworthy. I went on a whole rant about why does he say these are my salad days? What does salad days mean? And then the whole thing like sort of crashed, and now we're here, and I ain't doing that again. That was a one-time mistake. Podcast a day, 53 out of 53 days, and this is number 53, guys. And I was kind of just talking about Super Bowl just now. We just had Super Bowl weekend, dude. The freaking biggest day in this planet's fucking year history. Like, everyone watches fucking Super Bowl. What you doing for Super Bowl weekend? But I kind of don't want to go back into it now because I kind of felt like I just spoke about it. I was basically just saying it's kind of weird because like no one actually gives a fuck about the football. People just care about the commercials and like Rihanna singing and stuff under my umbrella, and like and people treat it like it's a holiday. Like people who don't even like football be like, "What you doing for Super Bowl weekend?" "Oh, I'm just gonna chill at home with the family." "Oh, okay, bye." It's like happy Super Bowl weekend as if it's like Christmas. Is it weird? Like Americanization, well, it's not Americanization. It's just an American sport. I like it because it's different, right? I like Super Bowl because like it's a different thing, and I can enjoy it from afar. And if I was out in America, it'd be like an exciting thing to be at. But God forbid, that ever happens to English sport. Like the amount of ads, firstly, in basketball. I don't like football. Jesus Christ, too many freaking ads. This throw-in is bought. There's no throw-ins. This free throw is, imagine in football though, right? Like this corner is brought to you by Prime Energy. This free kick will be brought to you by Aldi. This throw in will be brought to you by IKEA. Make the everyday, whatever the phrase is. It would just be shit. It's too stop starty. Like the sports by nature are also like basketball can be quite stop starty. It's 4 quarters for crying out loud, and then in between those quarters, like you can have timeouts, and it's always just like a little foul here, little thing there, or throw out here. And then in every little gap they can, it's like let's add ads in. And by the way, I get it. It's like either you grew up surrounded around football, you grew up surrounded by basketball, and even if you didn't, you naturally like one sport or the other. And people who like basketball will be like, "Oh, football, the score is only like 2-0, boring. It should be more goals." And people who like football are going to say that in basketball there's too many goals. It's not even exciting when someone scores because there's about 50 scores, 50 baskets a game. Why is that even exciting? So it's like, I'm not saying, I'm not trying to convince anyone. I'm not trying to say football's shite. I'm just saying I hate the way, like, on just like the basic levels of the sport, like I want it to flow a bit better. I want it to like, you know what I mean? So you got that. Half time, I was thinking about it, like, imagine they just wheel out Ed Sheeran and Dua Lipa, right? Champions League final. First of all, half time is like 15 minutes. So by the time they've set up the stage and stuff, the lads are coming back out. So they have to extend half time to like 45 minutes, however long it is in the NBA or in the Super Bowl or whatever, which people would not like. Secondly, like the vibe it wouldn't work. Like I don't know I'm not saying American fans aren't passionate. They're passionate in like a different way though. Like when you see them supporting their players at the World Cup, like they were like passionate, I guess, but not partisan. Like they're in the stands with like their face painting and stuff, and they go like, "Oh, Team USA, come on USA, we are the USA, we gotta win today." But like, and they're being loud and stuff. But like, if they lost, they'd be like, "Come on USA, never mind, we'll get them next year, boys. Let's go back home. We done us." Whereas like, and you could argue maybe that's better. You could argue that's more positive, but like. Most other places, like, I predict a riot. Like, people were losing their heads and stuff. So, like, for example, if your team is, like, 2-0 down in the Champions League final, and then half-time rolls around, and, like, you got to sit there, "One kiss is all it takes, falling in love with me." It's like, and then you got like, Gareth, and Damo, two lifelong Spurs fans sitting there while that's going on. Like, it's gonna get rowdy. People are gonna start getting pissed off. They're not gonna like it. Like, you're not gonna get a good reception. Like, people like Rihanna in this country. They love Rihanna everywhere in the world. But if Rihanna came out at half time, and a team was losing, like, that, it doesn't matter who you are, mate. If you come out at half time, you start singing songs, people are gonna just boo you if they try to implement it. And I guess the idea is that you would make it so fans in the stadium, the tickets would be so expensive that, like, actual fans probably couldn't even get to go, and just be a bunch of celebrities going, and, like, international people traveling in and stuff who are, like, there more for the experience. And then it basically becomes what the Super Bowl is. And it's like, I just hope that doesn't happen. I don't think football needs to be, like, Americanized. And people always hate on America a lot. Like, I don't hate on the Super Bowl. I would just hate for the Super Bowl isms to become a part of English sport. They can be different. There's beauty in that, and then in those differences. Like, fuck me, I'd hate it. I would fucking hate it. Like, I'd struggle to even enjoy the games. It would just be completely different. But yeah, man. It's your love in it. Yeah, man. Did anything else happen recently? We're 6 minutes in, and I'm asking that. I mean, here's something actually. If we want to talk about the like the infomercials, the commercials. This advert, the next advert, PepsiCo. Anyway, the Flash trailer dropped, and okay, I'm gonna be a negative Nancy Wancy. I just don't get it, man. Like, and this is like a whole thing. My madre said this to me, like, I said I don't get the hype around the Flash thing. I just didn't really get it. I felt like people were gonna call it sick, regardless of what the trailer even was. Like, people were so gassed, ready for it or whatever. Anyway, and it's like that alone I don't already understand, because why are people excited for the Flash? Like, it's had all these reshoots. The actor's been out in Hawaii punching up people. It's like a crazy person. So I've had to, like, stop. He probably won't. Like, you're not gonna see this character go on in the future. Is what I'm trying to say. So it's like, what's, like, the story kind of, and DC's just known for making bad films, like a bunch of dog shit. So, like, I don't know why there was so much hype for it in the first place. And then I saw it and I was like, I don't really get it. I don't really know why people care. And then she said to me, well, you don't really like DC films anyway. You're not really into DC films. And I just, no, let me stop you there, right? I'm not into DC films. I've not got an agenda, which is what you're implying to me. I've not got an agenda. I don't like bad films. I don't like bad food. I don't like, and this is all opinions, obviously, but I don't like bad, I don't like bad anything, really. Why would I like it? It's not a great meal, not wonderful food. Like, DC, I've not got, like, I'm Team Marvel. Marvel's better than DC. I'm like, I've preferred Marvel movies for a long time because I think they're better. Like, I don't like DC films because I think they're crap. I think Wonder Woman 1984 was crap. I thought Wonder Woman, the first one, was crap. I thought Shazam looked crap. Black Adam looks crap. Aquaman looks crap. Like, I'm not getting into this again, but the Justice League was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life, man. So shit. I don't tell me about no Snyder cut. I don't want like longer version of that shit. Like, I don't care how he re-edited it. Everything I've seen from it, it's just like, it just looks so crap. Like Batman versus Superman, like, and I know some people like some of these films I'm mentioning, but I just think it's so crap, man. Like, I don't, and even like the better hits recently, like Suicide Squad, I thought was just okay. Like, I like, in the same way, like, Ant-Man 2 is okay, realistically, is how I thought it was okay. Like, and like Batman, the Batman that came out, Matt Reeves, that was sick. I really liked that. The Joker I watched, I wasn't like head over heels for that really, but like the Batman I thought was cool. And I'm willing to like see what James Gunn does with his new slate and the new direction they go in. But if the films are anywhere on the same vibe of like those DC films I just mentioned, no, like The Dark Knight is a cool film. It's like a DC movie, but it's not like part of this little weird crap DC universe they got going on. And this whole Flash thing, right? I sat there to watch the trailer. It's like three Ezra Millers running around with slightly different trims, and like the CG looks just wonky. It's like it's Michael Keaton. Oh, it's Michael Shannon, and it's like I don't care, man. Like, oh, but it's like No Way Home, but this is our version. We're gonna be gassed about this, but No Way Home, you're bringing in like what's his name? Peter Parker. Tobey Maguire, beloved, and then Andrew Garfield, also loved, but not so for his movies. Like, sort of felt he was underappreciated. So like Michael Shannon, I'm sorry, in this film that was like so mid and like grey and just like whatever mid tier movie, and then like Michael Keaton, who but like he's in some weird goofy looking suit and like it just feel. And like I'm not like, again, I'm not like this Marvel stan. I actually feel like since Phase 4 started, there's not been any, like, I like No Way Home, and everything else has just been basic, to be honest. Like, and a lot of L's. Thor, I thought Doctor Strange is a great example. I thought it was an L, and they done a similar thing. Like, okay, sure, you got cameos, you got people from other stuff. I don't care. And also, if that's just gonna be a thing we do now to get people gassed, like, that was like a one and done for me. Like, No Way Home did it, and it was great. But like, a second I saw it for a second time, already it had worn off. Like, I didn't care anymore, and also I didn't think it was like as earned or deserved as No Way Home managed to do it for me. But like when I saw like Doctor Strange, and it was like, oh, it's the Illuminati and all these fuckers are here, and I just like, firstly, you haven't earned this, and second of all, I just don't really care. Like, this was like a one and done for me, and like now this Flash thing, I just don't get it, man. Like, people are like, this looks hype. Does it, man? Like, and as a child, I didn't really read comic books or like watch anything like superhero related or something until I watched like some Marvel films when I got a bit older. But I feel like naturally, if you asked me what superheroes I thought were cool, I probably would have said Spider-Man. But like, I feel like I probably would have said like the Flash. Like, I wouldn't have said Marvel heroes. So like, for someone who likes the Flash, as like, I think he's cool. Like, I just find him so lame. I don't know. I just feel like DC, everything they do, the Aquaman stuff, that's just Black Adam. It just looks so like, why would I pay money just to sit here and watch this, man? This drudgery. But obviously, if like the new DC thing just has a completely different feel, like I can't. Because like the films people used to say were good in DC, like Wonder Woman, the first one was actually pretty good. It's like I'd watch 20 minutes and just have to turn it off and be like, well, if this is what is considered good, and if now like this new DC regime, all the films are going to be like on the level of Wonder Woman, and Suicide Squad, and whichever Batman you guys like from this crap, then I just don't give a fuck still. Because like, I still think even DC's good stuff like that is just so shit. I can't explain it. It's just like, there's like a lack of fine finish on the CG in DC movies, which I just can't get over. Like, it's just vibrant in all the wrong ways. Like, I want there to be color sometimes, but like, I just feel like it looks so goofy and stupid. Like, sometimes it just lacks color and it's so grey. I'm thinking, what the hell? And like, you know, like when you see whenever they do a shot of where Wonder Woman's from, it just looks awful. Like, that was the biggest problem with Justice League. Like, it looked terrible, and that started to creep in with Marvel movies recently as well. To be fair, like CGI, feels like they just don't try, because we clearly can do better than this. But look, the stuff they like promise, like a 25-year-old Superman, depending on who they cast. Like, if they casted someone, I don't know, just someone I thought, okay, I could get behind this person, and like they got a cool director on board or something, and they went in like a different vibe. A lot of people praise James Gunn, and I do as well, but like, I think for me, he's the type of person who could just leave an odd taste in my mouth if he's been in there too long. That mad. But like Taika Waititi, I like Taika Waititi, and I like Jojo Rabbit. But then when I got to Thor, Love and Thunder, it was like a little bit just, okay, this is just too much Taika Waititi. Like, in this world, I just don't like him anymore. It's just too much of the samey. Like, oh, this is just a big fuck fest of me going around talking in my like the Kiwi accent, man. Like, it's just a bunch of riffing, and like, it's like a bad SNL skit, man. And like James Gunn is like, I really liked Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, there's a couple of things in the trailer which I thought, but for the most part, like, he still captures that vibe for me. But like, I just hope he puts the right people in place to direct him, because like a whole now bunch of movies that are all going to be connected or whatever, with like this James Gunn tinge over them all. It's like they're all going to be like Suicide Squad, Guardians of the Galaxy vibe type films. It's like, because it's like Joss Whedon or whatever with the whole like, he's behind me, isn't he? He's right behind me. What? Like, you want me to go where? But I got homework, man. Like, you know what I mean? I just really hope he does. When he was like, we want to create this whole thing where our worlds really merge together properly in the way it should have been done from the beginning, I just thought that's commendable, I guess. But like, also, why do they have to be? Why didn't you just make a bunch of knee slapping films? They're just good, and that can be your thing. You'll separate yourself from Marvel by just making good movies at the moment. Because at the moment, Marvel aren't making good movies, and the novelty of that, I feel like, is now gone. Like the whole, oh, it's all connected. That used to be a thing we praised Marvel for, and now we're like, oh my god, I gotta watch this and that, which is all dog shit, just to watch this because I need it to all make sense. And none of the stuff is of a great quality because they're just pushing quantity over quality, and it's all connected. And it's like, now it feels like a negative of it. If DC decided, you know what, let's not just try and copy what Marvel done. We missed the train. It happened. That was a big thing in history. And now we'll miss that. Let's just make good films. Let's just make really good, high quality films that Marvel can't compete with. And they don't have to be connected, but they'll just be good, and people want to see them because it's good and there's something to chew on there. Not just like filler stuff, but it's connected and that's fun. And this is hype because it's a cameo, and this is hype because it's a callback. You know what I mean? Like, I felt there was an opportunity to do that. But out of the stuff he's talked about, there was a good like balance of like legacy heroes and like just people you never heard of. But yeah, I hope he's not going to be like fingers in the pies too much. He just gets good creatives on board to direct them all. But I think I know how it's going to go, maybe from like the first couple films that come out. I don't know what they're going to be, but I am trying to be like positive, I guess, which doesn't sound like it. But I just like watching like films that I like. So hopefully there's gonna be more of those with DC trying to get their shit together. Hopefully, because there is still Marvel films. I'm looking forward to Guardians. Like outside of Guardians, I don't know what other film I'm looking forward to from Marvel. To be honest, like I don't give a fuck about Ant-Man. Don't care about Secret Wars, and like people are so gassed about Kang. Kang is so sick. What the Kang? What the guy gonna get? Oh my god, man. What's the guy called? Jonathan Majors is so ripped. Oh my god, he's gonna kill Ant-Man. What about Jonathan Majors? I just don't give a fuck about Jonathan. I just don't. I don't think it's. I don't know, man. Like Secret Wars and the other one, which is like these Avenger films, and like the fact they like, I just want change, man. It's like when I see, and I really like Tom Holland, but when I see like Tom Holland signing on for like another £50 million deal to be Spider-Man for another, I just want something different, change. And I feel like there's a great opportunity to do that, and they like to pretend they've got like change going on. We're trying new things, but it's not like, oh, we're trying like a karate, tai chi, or whatever it is. Sorry if I got that wrong. Film with Shang-Chi, and we're different. We're doing like a horror film with Doctor Strange, and then we're going to be doing this film, and it's like, oh my god, there's horror aspects, but like it's not a horror film. Like, oh, it's gonna be really dark, Blade and I bet Daredevil just lets people down. It's not gonna be anywhere near, like, you know what I mean? Like they've got this whole facade of we're doing things different and we've got different flavors, but all of them just are coated with this sort of Marvel finish that, I don't know, you just need some more variation, I think. Or if they're all going to have the same finish, make sure the finish is good. Because at the moment, the finish they're all being coated with isn't that great quality. Anyway, that was all. I just really rambled on there, but I don't even know what I've been talking about for the last 19 minutes. But that was all. This was episode 53. 53 days, a podcast a day keeps the doctor away. We'll be back again tomorrow for episode 54. So I'll see you then.
With the kids, and I had like 3 kids, and the geezer was probably on like maximum 20 bags a year. Like the most boring bloke you'll ever meet. Like,